Welcome to lesson 114, dividing by a decimal number. Today's lesson's not all that bad because you've done lots of long division similar to these problems that I have on the board. However, you've never divided by a decimal. In my class, we've been dividing by whole numbers all year. You've never had 0.9 as your divisor, as the number on the outside of the fraction. You've always had decimals only on the inside. But it's only going to require one simple trick. On the surface, I want you to first divide without the decimals. Pretend they're not there. That's a great place to start. So instead of 0.9 into 3.6, I would start by saying, what's 9 into 36? And 9 goes into 36 4 times. So I know that 4 is going to be in my quotient with no other numbers. Let's try that for the other ones. 7 goes into 42 6 times. And 5 goes into 75 15 times. Right? Because 5 goes into 7 once, leaving me with 2. And 5 goes into 25 5 times. So I have my digits. I'm almost done. There's just the trick of the decimal. Now, when you add and subtract decimals, what happens to the decimal? It goes straight down. When you divide decimals by a whole number on the outside, the decimal goes straight up. But when you're dividing by a decimal, when there's a decimal on the outside, then the decimal on the inside moves over and goes up. It has to go to the right one time and then go up. So the decimal goes straight up here, and this would be 4.0 or just 4. And it makes sense, right? 3.6 has 0.9 fitting into it 4 whole times. Okay? This is almost a full 4. 3.6 would round up to 4, and 0.9 would almost rounds up to 1. 1 fits into 4 times. So it makes sense. Let's try it with this one. Now, another way you could look at it is the over up method. Yes, my decimal goes over and up. But because 4.2 is divisible by 7.6 times. 7 can go into 4.6 times. Does that make any more sense? Alright, let's try this last one. Over, up. Move your decimal over and straight up. So it's 1.5. Okay? If you have a decimal on the outside, it's the divisor. You're dividing by a decimal. Today's whole lesson, you're dividing by a decimal. Then in your quotient, the answer will have the decimal moved over and up. Over, up, over, up. Okay? And if you happen to have a whole number on the inside, like this was 36 all by itself, how would it move over? Well, you have to pretend that there's a decimal right here. So this decimal, wherever it was, this is 4, the decimal would have to go over and up. So it would be 40. 0.9 would fit into 36 40 times. Alright? If you have any questions about dividing by a decimal, then come and see me and I'd be glad to help. Thanks.